We are ready.
We're ready.
So my name is Ella Jenkins, and I did my presentation on the effects of fast fashion on the fashion industry and the environment. First, I have some definitions. The first definition is fast fashion, inexpensive clothing being produced at rapid rates by mass market retailers in response to latest trends. Social media, websites, and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. Consumer, a person who purchases goods and services for personal use. And magazine, a periodical publication containing articles and illustrations, typically covering a particular subject or area of interest. So my thesis statement is that social media today has a direct role in how consumers consume. The fashion industry is extremely detrimental to the environment and the people within it, fast fashion being the main focus. So I have a quick survey for you guys. How many of you have and enjoy any social medias? How many of you like fashion? How many of you can admit that social media affects the clothing that you buy? And this brings me to my first point. Social media and influence. Social media plays a major role in how fashion in general is viewed and how many people view clothes and textiles. Social media encourages fast fashion, constantly showcasing trends for people to hop on and off of. Fashion media is important regarding how people form their opinions and how they view the clothes and styles themselves. This in turn influences how people decide to spend their money and if they want to follow the trends or not. Consumers and the environment. How rapidly consumers move on from one trend to the next ups the number of safety corners that are cut in order to keep up with demanding trends, thus birthing the toxic nature of fast fashion. With the help of social media and how clothes are portrayed, it's easier to convince the public that their clothes are no longer fashionable or hip, resulting in them feeling the need to dispose of their current clothes to make room for new ones. And I have a graph here. The graph of global apparel fiber consumption versus population. And as you can see, this blue line is the actual population, and the red line is the kilograms or like pounds of like textiles per person. And as you can see, like these lines don't even touch, which means that we as human beings are consuming too much in order to protect the environment. According to figures from the U.S. National Labor Committee, Chinese workers make as little as 12 to 18 cents per hour working in poor and hazardous conditions, and it's possible for these numbers to fall even further as the demand for textile and clothes production increase. Not only do these particles, such as microfibers that shed from clothes in domestic washing machines, affect aquatic life, but those as well has other toxic chemicals that are bioaccumulative, which means that they build up in an organism faster than it can get rid of it. And these affected fish in the oceans work its way up the food chain and onto our plates. And our solutions would be that consumers need to become more environmentally aware and recycle unwanted clothing. And while this solution may seem oversimplified, when you think about it, this could be the key to everything concerning the environment and the fashion industry. Everything that companies do is in response to what the public wants and what consumers demand. If we educated ourselves more on spending decisions and decided against overindulging, the environmental damage could be cut back immensely.
Thank you very much.
I didn't make it sound
I
bad.
have a couple questions for you.
Wow.
And our first question that I'd like to ask you about is about kind of your research process questions. My question for you is, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the research process? Did it go in a different direction than you originally intended? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, firstly, I intended to only focus on the social media part of it. But as I got deeper into my research, I realized how closely social media and how the environment is now concerning the fashion industry are closely tied together. So I decided to add the environmental aspect to it as well.
Excellent. And the next question I have for you, excuse me, I'm just writing down this real quickly. The next question here is, I would like you to talk about furthering this research, extending this. My question for you here is, what additional questions emerged from your research, and why are those questions important?
Additional questions that emerged is kind of just like, why haven't us as consumers noticed something that's affecting our environment this much, and like why haven't we decided to do something about it? And I just feel like we as consumers should be more aware of how we spend our money and make our decisions concerning the environment and the economy.
Okay. Any other questions that you still would like to pursue? Is that your big one, where you really go?
If I had to pursue another question, it would probably be why consumers aren't more worried about the environment, considering that they have to live and interact with it every day.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's give her a hand.